Imagine being so wise that two women walk into your courtroom holding one screaming baby, and you solve the case without DNA, without witnesses, without cameras, just insight. Now imagine that same man still struggling with relationships. Welcome to the paradox of King Solomon, the wisest man to ever live, and somehow still human. Let us step into Jerusalem at the height of its golden age. The kingdom is wealthy. The borders are secure. Silver is so common, it is treated like stones in the street. Merchants travel for miles just to hear this king speak. But Solomon did not start with wealth. He started with a dream. When his father David died, Solomon was young, inexperienced, surrounded by advisors who had served a warrior king. And one night in Gibeon, God appeared to him and said something dangerous. Ask for anything: power, long life, revenge, military dominance. Solomon paused, and instead of asking for victory, he asked for wisdom, not riches, not enemies destroyed, but an understanding heart to judge the people. That request changed everything. And then came the case that would define him forever. Two women, one baby, both claiming to be the mother. No witnesses, no evidence, just accusation and emotion. One woman says, her baby died in the night. She switched him with mine. The other says, no, the living child is mine. Back and forth, crying, chaos. And Solomon listens. He does not rush. He does not interrogate endlessly. He does something that feels almost reckless. He calls for a sword. The room goes silent. Divide the living child in two, he says. Give half to one and half to the other. It sounds monstrous, cruel, unthinkable. But this was not brutality. It was psychological precision. Because Solomon understood something most leaders miss. Truth reveals itself under pressure. One woman immediately says, please, my lord, give her the child. Do not kill him. The other says, neither I nor you shall have him. Cut him. And in that moment, the real mother exposes herself. Love chooses sacrifice over possession. Solomon lowers the sword. Give the child to the first woman. She is his mother. No magic, no investigation team. Just insight into the human heart. And that story spread like wildfire. From that day forward, people did not just fear Solomon. They respected him because he did not rule by intimidation. He ruled by discernment. But Solomon was not just a judge. He was a builder. He constructed the first temple in Jerusalem, a structure so magnificent it became the spiritual center of Israel. Gold layered the walls. Cedar from Lebanon perfumed the air. Priests moved through sacred courts with reverence. Foreign leaders traveled to test him. The Queen of Sheba came with hard questions and harder riddles. She left stunned. Scripture says there was no more spirit left in her when she saw his wisdom and the order of his court. He wrote proverbs that are still quoted today. Guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Pride goes before destruction. Better a patient person than a Kadsi warrior. He understood business, politics, human behavior, diplomacy. He forged alliances, expanded trade routes, turned Israel into an economic powerhouse. Silver became common. Peace lasted decades. It was a golden age, and yet Solomon loved many foreign women. Not one, not a few. Hundreds, 700 wives, 300 concubines. Political marriages at first, strategic alliances, but eventually something shifted. The same man who could discern a mother's heart began ignoring his own. Those alliances brought foreign gods into Jerusalem. Altars were built. Influence crept in slowly. Wisdom does not disappear overnight. It erodes quietly. The irony is almost poetic. The king who warned about guarding the heart slowly allowed his to drift. And this is why Solomon fascinates us, because he proves something deeply human. Wisdom is not immunity. You can understand truth and still struggle with temptation. You can judge others accurately and still wrestle privately. Solomon's reign was brilliant, but it was not flawless. His kingdom prospered. But after his death, it fractured, and yet his legacy remains unmatched. When people reference a wise decision today, they still say, that was a Solomon move, because that courtroom moment with the baby did more than solve a dispute. It revealed a principle. True wisdom sees beyond words. It reads motives. It understands that leadership is not about power. It is about perception. And maybe that is why this story still captivates us. We live in an age flooded with information. Opinions everywhere. Noise constant. But discernment? Rare. Solomon reminds us that wisdom is not loud. It is observant. It is patient. It is willing to test the surface to reveal the depth. He built temples. He built trade networks. He built an empire. But his greatest construction project was understanding the human heart. And perhaps that is why his story continues to echo across centuries. Because in every conflict, every leadership crisis, every moral dilemma, we still ask the same question: what would Solomon do? And more importantly, would we have listened? If this perspective challenged how you see wisdom and leadership, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, and step into the next story with us. Because history is not just ancient, it is alive. And we are just getting started.